GarageBand. I wanted to give a quick introduction. I know that probably, based on my research, 70 to 80% of my viewers and listeners are GarageBand users already. So you might be saying, Pete, why are you talking about getting started with GarageBand? Well, for those who aren't using GarageBand or are just getting into it, or maybe this is the first one of my videos you've ever watched, why do I actually like GarageBand? Why do I recommend it? I actually asked this question over on the GarageBand users Facebook group. I highly recommend you join that group if you're a Facebook user and you love GarageBand. Just go to Facebook and search GarageBand users. Myself and the admins and mods over there will definitely help you get on board. But I asked the question, tell me in one sentence why you use GarageBand. And I got some pretty cool answers. And I might even make a video coming up where I showcase some of those answers, because people are still answering that question. But the main themes we'll sort of cover off on here. So there's kind of 4 reasons that I think people should use GarageBand, especially if you're starting out. Number 1, and most obvious, is that it is free. So if you have any Mac, an iPhone, an iPad, an iPod Touch even, you can download, install, and use GarageBand for free within about 5 minutes. So the barrier to entry is virtually zero. You can get yourself started really quickly and you can do it for free. So that's sort of point number 1. Number 2 is it is so easy to get started with. So unlike a lot of other recording platforms where you have to work out, how do I arm the track? How do I add an effect? How do I access all the things? With GarageBand, you're like, I want to record a guitar. And then you press the button that says guitar. And then there's a picture of a guitar on your interface. And then you play it. And then it adds some presets that it thinks would be good for a guitar. Now, some people would cringe at that and say, that's terrible. I want to decide all my own things. But when you're starting out, let me tell you, it is really cool because you learn some of the cool plugins and presets and compression settings and EQ settings that are suggested. And then you can go away and tweak it and make it your own. But it just gives you that little head start. So love that about GarageBand. Number 3 is it can grow with you. So I started using GarageBand, and funnily enough, I did a video just yesterday where I showed one of the very first projects I ever created on my iPhone, except it was my iPhone 5S from about 3 or 4 iPhones ago. And it was a project called Chickens on Howard Street. And I showcased some of how awful it was, but also you could sort of see the hints of me learning and getting to grasps with the program and how to record in it. And it was really clear that was able to be done then with the software. And what I can do now, because over time I've built up, I bought a cheap interface, cheap iRig to start with, recorded my guitar. Hey, cool, I can record my guitar. Bought an audio interface, Steinberg UR12. Oh, now I can record my microphone and my guitar in 24-bit quality onto my phone. This is ridiculous. Then I learned, how to mix and how to master all on my iPhone or iPad using GarageBand. So it does grow with you. And I think once a lot of people say, oh, I use GarageBand and then I'll graduate to another program. Totally cool. If there's something GarageBand doesn't do that you need to do, that is totally cool. I just haven't reached that point yet. We were chatting in the pre-show. Someone was talking about Cubases, and I'm like, yeah, I'm about to try Cubases for the first time. But that's after nearly 5 years using GarageBand. So it is great to get started and grows with you. And fourth and finally, because I'm going to jump into questions soon. I know we're talking a bit, but it's something I'm passionate about, is the community. So not only the community here at Studio Live today, but the community over on Facebook, on the GarageBand Reddit group, people that just email me randomly and say, hey, I've made this song in GarageBand because you showed me that it could be done. And that's always super cool. So yes, there's a great community. If you go to Reddit, if you go to Facebook, you'll be able to find out, just search GarageBand users, you'll be able to find some great communities there to share your music and to learn about GarageBand.